When vaccines became available, Canadians lined up and rolled up their sleeves by the millions. To date, over 80 million jabs have been administered across the country, resulting in more than 30 million people being double vaccinated. This is fantastic, colleagues. With more than 90% of its adult population at least double vaccinated, Canada has one of the highest rates in the world. But even at 90%, that means that 10% are still not vaccinated. Choosing not to be vaccinated is rarely a choice for those who remain unvaccinated. That's because for them, this decision is often driven by deeply held beliefs. I'll be the first to admit that some of those beliefs fall squarely in the camp of conspiracy theorists, but not nearly always. Sometimes it is religious beliefs. Sometimes it is a lack of trust in those in positions of authority. Sometimes it is medical reasons. Sometimes it comes from knowing others have experienced a serious adverse event after vaccination. The list goes on and on. But regardless of what you think of the reasons, they are always based on deeply held convictions. Trampling over those convictions and belief is not wise. Colleagues, I am fully vaccinated with 3 doses, and I encourage everyone else to do the same. But mandating people to be vaccinated and penalizing them for not doing so is something that I find extremely offensive. And it concerns me that as a nation, we have embraced this level of coercion so easily. The idea that we can cajole, coerce, and even intimidate people to get vaccinated is not only wrong, it is dangerous. It promotes the fantasy that Canada is a homogeneous society. This is absurd. It never has been. We need to come to grips with the fact that in the 21st century, with the internet and the prevalence of social media, we are never going to have a unified, homogeneous approach to many things in Canada. This means that we must strive to protect people's rights to freedom of conscience, freedom of religion, freedom of association, freedom of belief, and I would add, freedom of vaccination status. If we do not do that, then our only option is to resort to greater and greater degree of totalitarianism, where we increasingly force people to comply with things that we do not agree with. This, colleagues, would not only be a tragic mistake, it would tear our country apart. And yet, this is precisely what the Prime Minister